Hey there guys, what's up? It's your buddy mikeyperion here, and I hope you have a great day because for today we are now at episode 3 of our iCraft season 5. So last time we did some adventures and we discovered that we still cannot move into our ocean monument and build our dungeon farm there. So we have changed of plans, but for the meantime I already have added some animal farms in our base right over here. So we got nether warts on the top part right over there and some berries on this side, and as well as a sheep farm on this part right over here because, well, for today's episode we are going to use some beds. Well, that's why we have those ships. So, well, change of plans. Definitely we have to wait for Minecraft 1.14 to be released, or at least when the guardians started spawning in the ocean monument. So for this episode we are going to build multi-purpose iron farm. So, well, aside from being an iron farm, it will also be a villager breeder, so we can unlock mending guy, which is gonna be our goal for today's episode. We have to fully gear up and at least obtain somehow a god tier armor. Well, that's the goal for today. So for that iron farm, well, aside from being an iron farm, it will also be a villager breeder and a trading hall. And aside from that, it will also be a raiding mob farm, which is the pillagers and the evokers and those stuff, the ravagers, the beasts. So, well, it's gonna be a multi-purpose farm. So let me fix this first. But anyways, so well, it's gonna be aside from those functions, it will also be a Totem of Undying farm, which is pretty good, right? And as well as a hero of the village perk of Sailor. Well, that's a lot for one farm. So basically we are going to place our farm right over here because we are going to need a 47 by 47 plot area. So this is gonna be the place for our multi-purpose iron farm. So, well, just a fair warning guys, this is not gonna be a tutorial video, and as well as if this work or not, the mechanics may change when Minecraft 1.14 has been fully released. So bear in mind that this episode is just for entertainment and maybe some conceptual video. So, well, without further ado, let's get started. So like I said, we are going to require a 47 by 47 flat area. So this farm is pretty massive, right? But of course, we are going to have a water stream on this section right over here in order to push all of the mobs into our killing chamber in the mid section. So basically, there are two ways to kill all of those mobs, including the iron golem, which is going to be by lava and by fall damage for those raiding mobs. So basically, the first thing that we have to do is to contour this in order to have a proper water stream when we place all of the waters later on. So we also need to lower this section right over here one more block. So, well, that's the next thing that we have to do, and I'll be back. Well, basically this is the reason why we need the bending guy in order for us to repair these tools. Oh my god, this actually I don't know how this works though. It says repair and disenchantment, but I don't want to lose the enchantments on my shovel. So how does this work though? I cannot use the diamond in order to repair it. No, I don't want to lose the enchantment. So basically, maybe we should just use the anvil. This is pretty worthless though. Yeah, let's just use this anvil and let's get back to work. So the next thing that we have to do is to lay out. So basically, we already have done flattening this part right over here. So first we have to find the center, and from here, from this block right over here, we have to count to 8 because that's where the water stopped flowing. So it has to be on this part right over here, and yes, so 8 and another 3 counts on this part right over here because this is where the pit is going to be, and on this section right over here is going to be where we are going to start working on the villager breeder. So basically this square right over here is going to be the villager breeder, and on this part right over here is actually a pit going underneath the villager breeder where we are going to push all of the mobs into the killing chamber. And so we already have marked the villager breeder on this section right over here. So basically, we are going to have beds on both sides right over here. So that will be their living quarters. And on these two corners right over here, we are going to have 2 farm plots in order for them to farm some crops. And on this part right over here, we are going to have the lecterns or any working items that will turn them into their profession. And basically on the mid section right over here is going to be like the town center where they will gather in the afternoon. So basically, we are going to place bells on this side right over here. And on the midsection right over here is going to be our access elevator, which is going to be our access going to our main base right over there. So basically, we are going to enter here using an underground access in order for us to be safe from the raids. So basically, that's the plan. And let's start doing the floorings. And we have to make sure that all of the blocks that don't have any items on top should be on half slab. So basically, on this part right over here is where we are going to have the beds, and on this part right over here is where we are going to place all of the lecterns and some additional working items on this part right over here. So basically, of course, we are also going to cover this with some glasses just to make it look pretty neat, and as well as, of course, at least we can watch all of those raids and pillagers and some of the iron golems that will spawn outside this villager breeder. And we have to make sure that everything here in the midsection has to be half slabs, especially that we are forcing the iron golems to spawn outside these villager breeders. So basically, anything that is full blocks like this should also have any items on top. On this section, we are going to have beds, and for this farm plus, I'm actually a bit worried about it, but of course, you're just gonna find out that later. And also, this access right over here is only be temporary. Of course, we are going to use glass there later. So now it's time to craft the beds and the working items. So in order to breed more villagers, definitely we are going to need more beds. But for this layout, we are only have like 28 beds in order to spawn more villagers. So basically, hopefully this will work, right? And so we also have 22 lectors in order to have 22 librarians, and hopefully we can find some mending guy there, right? And we also gonna have 2 farmers. So we basically have 2 composers right over here. And on this midsection, later on, we are also going to place a bell right over here. Maybe we'll steal one of the bell in that village right over there. And oops, I removed the block. But anyway, so let's try to steal that bell. And there we go, we have the bell. And that sound is pretty delayed though. But anyway, so the next thing that we have to do is to get a villager. So, well, as you remember from the last episode, we got a homeless villager in that part right over there which sells beetroot. So probably we're gonna get him. And yes, so basically let's grab some dirt just in case we did it, right? But unfortunately, where the area is the homeless guy is not loading. So basically, we have this problem, this chunk loading problem in this snapshot. So maybe we'll just retrieve him later. So, well, let's get this guy right over here. I think this should be the feather falling guy. Yeah, yes, and as well as the silk touch. So, well, I guess he's a good addition to our new community in our villager breeding area. So probably we should get him, right? And well, man, welcome to your new home. This is even better, right? So you have to get in. Well, yes. So let's cover this up for the meantime. Well, why is this guy using the composer as a lectern though? I mean, you're not a farmer, man. You should use the lecterns over there. So, well, so now let's get the homeless guy over there. And well, after a couple of minutes waiting for this chunk to load, so basically he's actually near to a pillager outpost on that area right over there. So we have to divert on this section right over here in order to get to our villager breeder. So, well, let's get home, man. Wait. He's keep on moving now. Well, let's try to place a boat on this part right over here. And yes, there's another. Okay, I thought it's another bug though. So let's try to push him to our boat. Don't be stubborn, man. I'm giving you a new house. Well, you should not complain about it. And oh, please get into the boat, man. Don't make my job harder. Well, let's just grab this one, and yeah, let's just try to. And he just went here though. Okay, there you go, and place him in the boat, and let's go home, right? And he's home, and he started planting already, which is he's a good guy, right? But anyway, so let's retrieve another farmer from that village. So at least we can boost up the breeding. And this guy right over here is stuck in a composter though. And so now we got 3 villagers in our villager breeding facility, but I'm not sure why this librarian is working like a farmer and our farmer is working like a librarian. But these guys actually have the same trading, stuff, but they don't act like they're on their profession though. But anyway, so never mind that. I hope they will fix that on Minecraft 1.14 full release. So the next thing that we have to do is to resume excavating. Oh well, of course, I have to show you these guys. So these guys already started breeding. So now we got our very first born child right over there. So, well, good job, guys. Well, at least this is now working, right? So later on, of course, hopefully we can already find our mending guy. But for now, we have to finish building this. So the next thing that we have to do is, like I said, we have to resume excavating in order to, well... It's getting nighttime and these kids are already started sleeping. Well, good job. But anyway, so let's start digging. And so I have decided first to dig this tunnel because I want an easy access going back and forth from our base going to the farm. So I guess this is has to be prioritized, so at least we don't have to bother getting out of the nighttime. So, well, yes, I guess this is better to prioritize, right? And we got a huge problem though. Well, these iron golems started spawning even inside our villager breeding facility though. I mean, yeah, I guess it's just because we still have blocks below this. So these guys started spawning on the full blocks below our slabs. And these guys right over here, basically we don't have a roof right over here. That's why they just, pop out. So, well, let's just deal with this later. Well, let's just continue digging the tunnel though. I don't want to think about this for the meantime. So this part is going to be our killing chamber for the mobs. So basically we are going to kill the iron golems with lava, but for the other mobs, for the raid mobs, you are going to kill them with fall damage. And on this section right over here, we are going to have the water elevator going back to the top to the farm. So basically we also need to dig this part right over here later on once we have finished excavating the water strips on the top. But of course later on I'm also gonna fix this. We are going to put some smooth stones just to make it look pretty neat, right? And I also have terraformed all of the sides of this farm in order for the raid mobs will go easily to our trap right over here. So basically once they step here, they will be pushed to a water stream down here. So basically we have to have like 3 tiers of this water stream. So basically this has to go underneath our structure right over here in order to push them to our killing chamber. And basically, I already died twice in this process because I keep on hitting these iron golems and they were striking back to me. Well, it's actually accidental. I mean, I didn't meant to hurt them, but these guys are totally packed over here. So it's pretty hard to work here. I should have built this first and excavated this part before I actually move in all of the villagers. Well, I actually regretted that. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm placing some half slabs underneath this the structure, so at least we can prevent the iron golems to spawn on our villager breeding facility. So I hope this will work, right? So now we are actually already on the 3rd tier of our water stream. So let's put some scaffoldings here so at least we can go back, right? And I totally forgot about that. So basically, well, I already have covered this with some dirt, some temporary dirt in order to be away with this iron golems because it's really hard to work around with those guys. So basically, well, here's how it looks like. So on this side right over here, on this pit right over here, we are going to dig this down after this. So this is going to be the fall or the drop for the mobs in order to kill them, right? So these holes right over here are actually the water sources. So we are going to put some water sources on these sections in order to push all of the mobs to the hole right over there. So at least we can have a proper mechanics in order to push them right over here. So on this area right over here, of course, we have to stop the water. So we are going to put some signs over there. Well, basically, we also need to put a hole right over here where we can also put the water sources. But anyway, so well, I'm gonna start digging this down and I'll be back. And we're almost there. We're almost there. So basically, well, this is going to be already the killing chamber. So, well, let's also change these diorites into like regular stones because, well, even this part, I also wanted to make it look neat, right? So at least we have some consistencies and without those, you know, different colors of some sort. Well, yes. So let's also change this. So basically, the next thing that we have to do is, of course, the killing chamber. We are also going to have like a toggleable lava, which is something like, of course, what I have actually tested is that most of the raid mobs are actually trying to swim up with the lava. So basically, we cannot kill them with the lava because they will not drop their drops, right? I mean, their items. So basically, we are going to turn off the lava if there's a raid and turn on for the golems. And so now we got our storage system right over here with some hoppers on the side. So basically, well, I already have set this up. So the next thing that we have to do is to put up the dispenser on this top part right over here, which will spews the lava. Well, like I said, it's gonna be toggleable, right? So first thing is let's place some blocks right over here in order to have a proper signal for our dispenser. So let's place some redstone dust on the top part right over here, and basically we just need to connect this to the button on the on what do you call this, in the front part. So let's just connect this and let's try if this is gonna be workable. Let's see. So you should able to connect this redstone dust going here, and wait, I guess this is going to be a problem because this part is going to be already visible, so we don't want that. So maybe we could try like a redstone signal tower, redstone dust tower. So we'll just going to use some half slabs. So well, let's grab this half slab. So let's try this, and it should not be that on that part. So there you go. Well, it has to be here and I cannot reach that, but anyway, so let's place a full block on that. So well, I guess that should work. So let's place the redstone dust on the top of these slabs and that part as well. So it should go down here. The redstone signal should go down here and connecting to the button on the other side over there. So basically this should spews the lava once we already have put it in our dispenser. So let's see if we have redstone signal. So yeah, I can see there's some redstone signal from here. So basically, let's now place these dispensers, and oops, of course you also need to place some lava in these dispensers later on. And basically, this killing chamber is now done. The last thing that we need to do is just to secure it with some glasses. Well, just to make sure that those mobs will not go anywhere, right? So, yes, so let's secure this. So, well, this is now actually done. So, let's test this out if the lava will spews out. So, basically, one click or one push of the button will spews or we'll put the lava, and if we actually push this again, the lava will be turned off. So like I said, during the raid, this has to be turned off, but on regular basis, when we have to have like the iron golems, they should be turned on. So well, that's how it works. So the last thing that we have to do is to put the water streams on the water on our water streams. So already have placed some sites here in order to stop the water from going to our killing chamber. Of course, we don't want to do that. So now, well, it's time to place the water on this section. So let's start first on the lower tier. So this part should push all of these iron golems and all of the mobs going to our drop to the killing chambers. So well, of course this will take time, and as well as of course you also need to put the water streams on the sides on the second tier and on the first tier or the upper tier on the top. But anyway, so let me do this and I'll be back. Well, since we got all of the iron golems right over here and they already have started cramming in the spot right over here. Wait, so before we trigger this, let's give a warning to Waffle. So well, sorry if there will be a lag, so just to give him a fair warning. So well, let's start killing this iron golem. So well, this is pretty noisy, right? I'm not sure if you're still hearing me. But at least for now, well, I'm not sure on how much are we going to get from this iron golems, but hopefully we will gonna produce a lot with this farm, right? But anyway, so well, let's turn this off. So well, let's also check on how many. Well, it's still loading though. But anyway, so well, I still need to resume working on the water streams. But anyways, I'll be back again. And we're actually done placing all of the water stream, and now we're also done with this farm. So well, the last thing that we have to do for this episode is of course to search for the mending guy. Hopefully, well, we can already find with this set of librarians inside our villager breeder. And finally, after hours of unlocking the trays, now we finally got a bending guy right over here. Well, thank God. I almost ran out of resources trading with these guys though. But anyway, so well, the last thing that we have to do before we start the raid, maybe for the next episode, because I think I already have recorded a lot. So well, the next thing that we have to do is to, of course, to gear up and enchant our stuff. But anyways, I'll be back. And finally, we have finished this farm, and as well as already have enchanted our best armor yet. Well, we already got mending and protection in all of our armors, diamond armors, and as well as for our tools, except for the bow, of course, we still don't have any skelly farm, right? But anyway, so let's search for some Illager patrollers. So there are some of those guys right over there, but they don't have any banners though. But yes, well, I also guess that this episode, I mean this recording has been taking so long now. So well, probably, well, most likely we are going to have our of course, well, our first raid in this server on the next episode, because I guess we already have enough for this episode, right? Well, I also don't want to flood you with so many things going on, so let's first kill this. I mean, the last thing that I wanted to do for this episode before we end this is just to kill this bunch of pillagers right over here. Although, like I said, they still don't. They don't have any Illager captain because I cannot see any banners. So let's just test this out on how strong are these guys against me. Well, yes, there you go. Well, I guess this is fair enough, right? Well, I guess this is it. So this is the only time that I got for this episode. So well, but anyway, so well, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay away from me, and there's a lag. But anyway, so leave a comment, leave a like, and make sure to subscribe. This has been mikeyperion, and I'll see you guys next time.